Good morning, everyone. It's Sal, Stretford Post. How you doing? And welcome to another episode of Breaking Dawn. I hope you're doing good. I hope you're doing fine on this Thursday morning, guys, wherever you are in the world, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, guys. Thank you so much for joining me today. Please don't forget, before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, smash a like on the video, all that lovely, generous stuff. If you guys could do that for me, absolutely appreciated, guys. Thank you so much. Of course, it's been a mad one, guys. It's been a mad one. But first of all, I just want to start off on a bit of a lighter note. For us Man United fans, we want something to cheer us up, don't we? We need a little bit of cheering up in the fan base, don't we, guys? So let's do this.
This is what fucking happens when you've no accountability, you cowardly little fraud!
I've never seen a scream like that. And so I think it was the Incredible Hulk where I first heard a scream like that. I think it was the Incredible Hulk. I don't know you guys. Was it the Incredible Hulk where we heard a scream like that? I think I have to hear that again, guys. I really do. I have to...
This is what fucking happens when you've no accountability, you cowardly little fraud!
You cowardly little frauds. You cowardly little frauds. Like, he went from, like, it sort of was like a bit like the Hulk mixed with Harry Potter, if you know what I mean. It's like the scream was like the Incredible Hulk, and then it just moved over to Harry Potter. I don't know how. I mean, that was a very good scream, though, guys. Absolute incredible scream. Definitely. That was meaning. There was heart in that scream, definitely. I would get intimidated if I saw that scream, especially coming from him. But it went from a scream from the Incredible Hulk until, you cowardly little frauds. How dare you? How very dare you, you cowardly little frauds? How can you do that to me? How very dare you? I will get my sword upon you. I will get my sword upon you, you cowardly little frauds. Withdraw your sword, man. Withdraw your sword, you cowardly little fraud. Oh, God. I just feel that was just two movie roles. That was two movie auditions in one. It's absolute genius, guys. Absolutely. But let's get on to the most important thing, guys, in regards to Manchester United. You may have heard last night that there's rumours about 7 players that are Manchester United's list. Now, guys, no shit, Sherlock, because we've been speaking about the majority of these players for the last few months. You already know who these players are, don't you? Because you've been watching Stretford Post, of course. Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson, Carlos Baleba, Conor Gallagher, Angelo Stiller, wow, Gomez. Now, one of the players that may come out of as a surprise is the man named Andre of Wolves, of course. He's 24-year-old, 24-year-old, 13 caps for Brazil, 28 million valued. Yeah, look, you know what? At the end of the day, that's someone you're not going to hear much about. But one thing I want to say is that what is this obsession with Wolves all of a sudden? This Wolverhampton Wanderers obsession. Is it because of Cunha? Is it because of Cunha? Is it because of Cunha we're going after these Wolves players? What's going on here? But Andre is another one off the cuff. Wolves, 24 years old, 28 million, 13 caps, guys. Absolutely. Look, you know what? That will be something we can do in January. Now, we have to differentiate between what we can do in January and what we can do in the summer. It depends. Obviously, players like Andre, players like Hal Gomez, we can possibly do it in January. Sorry, we can possibly do in January. So the players like Andre and Gal Gomez are a realistic proposition in January, as is Conor Gallagher is a realistic proposition in January. The likes of Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson, I would say Carlos Baleba, Angelo Stiller are transfers that I think that will be accomplished in the summer. We'll have 2. Now, Man United are not going to sign 2 in January and 2 in the summer. They're going to sign 1 maybe in January and 1 in the summer. That is the way it is with this board, unfortunately. We're owned by the Glazers. That is what's going on at the moment. The Glazers are there. The Glazers are holding us back. But the 7 players that we are being linked to, which have been obviously spoken about on Stretford Post numerous amounts of times, and it has been clarified, are 7 very, very talented players. Now, there are levels to this game. Adam Wharton and Elliot Anderson are 2 of the favourites in regards to how good they are in the potential to take Manchester United forward. It is Adam Wharton and Elliot Anderson, in my opinion. The likes of Angelo Stiller will come 3rd and Carlos Baleba will come 4th, in my opinion. That is how the ranking should be. Conor Gallagher, Andre, and João Gomez, however, I think are a little bit like stopgaps, if you know what I mean. I know that João Gomez is a very good player. but they're a little bit like stopgaps, if you ask me. And they're not players that are going to take Manchester United to the promised land, to the place that where we want to be. Of course, guys, this is what the most important thing is. We have to understand. So we have to understand and separate the players that are going to come in the summer and the players that will come in January, or player that is going to come in January, of course, guys, because I'm a little bit concerned about the January window, and you should be as well. At the end of the day, we are run by the Glazers, we are run by Ineos, and these guys, you know what, don't really want to. They don't want to spend any money. They don't want to put their hands in their pocket. They got the Tyrannosaurus Rex arms, of course, guys. So that's what it is. So you know what? Whenever I think about Man United not spending any money, I just think about this.
This is what fucking happens when you've no accountability, you cowardly little fraud!
Cowardly little frauds you are, you Ineos cowardly little frauds. That's what you are. You're nothing but cowardly little frauds. Goodness me, you dirty little little scoundrels, you little scoundrels. You're not spending any money, you cowardly little frauds. You cowardly little frauds. I cannot do that scream, guys, for goodness sake. I can't do that for love nor money. It's a very, very, very talented scream. But don't think I've forgotten about my main man, Hassam. Okay?
About Chelsea.
Fans struggle with this.
But I have never seen, by the way, in Chelsea.
Man United fans need to understand your club is irrelevant. Wallahi.
Like, our club is irrelevant.
No, let me be honest.
I'm going to tell you something. Sam is right.
1 second. I'll tell you.
That's fine, but that's fine.
I was you 15 years ago. Wait.
That's fine. We could be irrelevant. That's fine. We'll be back.
I was you.
We are irrelevant. They didn't lose to PSG. They lost to PSV. That's what they did. They didn't even lose to PSG this time. They lost to PSV this time. Add a V on there. V for victory, but not for Liverpool, but for PSV Eindhoven, guys. Who does that? At Anfield, never walk alone and everything. Waste of the lungs, guys. Absolutely splendid, funny guy. Oh, God, I love it, guys. I really do. I enjoyed yesterday because at the end of the day, smile whilst you still have teeth, right? That's what I've always remembered. But also, guys, we had a painful couple of days. We've had a few days of absolute remorse and absolute horrible, nasty feelings around our football club. And we have to enjoy these moments. But now it's back to reality. We have to think about the Crystal Palace game. We have to think about what's coming forward for Manchester United and winning that bloody game against Crystal Palace, because that's what it's all about, guys. We have to start winning now. Now, if we win against Crystal Palace, Man United can somewhat make up for that Everton loss. But it is so frustrating because we had a great opportunity in that Everton game to do something, guys. We really did, guys. Absolutely. Let me just say hello to the community. What's going on, my friends? Hope you're doing well. Hope everything is blessed. Big up Redwood Tower. How you doing, you legend? Hope you're doing well. Big up Max. Hope you're doing well. Good to see you, my friend. Big up All Bows One. As usual, good to see you, my friend. Hope you're doing well. Big up Sanjay. What's going on? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Big up Benny boy. What's going on, my guy? Hope everything is doing well. Good morning, Sal. Liverpool lose everywhere they go. Everywhere they go, they lose. Absolutely, they do. Absolutely. Listen, I think. Listen, guys. I want to be very often. I want to look dead in the eye to my Liverpool fans. I want to look you dead in the eye, and I want to say this, guys. You got to be patient. You got to be patient. You got to trust the process. You got to trust the process, my fellow Liverpool fans. Trust the process. You got to be patient, guys. Rome wasn't built in a day. You got to be patient. You Arnie Slot out brigade. You got to be patient. Rome wasn't built in a day. Don't be hasty. Arnie Slot in. All day long. Arnie Slot in. Arnie Slot in. Arnie Slot in. Slot it in. Absolutely. Happy Thanksgiving to all those celebrating, my great people, obviously in the United States and everything like that. Happy Thanksgiving, you absolute legends. Thank you so much, you absolute diamonds. Thank you, my friend, for that. Of course, Ryan Slot in. Absolutely. We concur. We co-sign that message, my guy. We can sign that message. Absolutely. Happy Thanksgiving, Ryan, and all the American guys out there on the channel. Big up the American. Big up the Yanks. Big up my friend. My grandma's American from Newport News, Virginia. That's where my grandma is from. Newport News, Virginia. That's where she's from. Big up, Sal, can you slap? Yes, I will slap. So listen, guys. This is out to the Liverpool fans out there, guys. Let me just give you this.
Come closer. What is the sound of one hand clapping? I don't know. What is the sound of what?
That one gets me every single time. I love it. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm loving it right here. I'm loving it, loving it, loving it. I'm loving it right here. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. No, I'm not forgotten about Spurs.
Do you know
I'm not.
what? Tottenham Hotspur?
Topspur?
No.
What's that?
You never heard of them?
No?
Oh, we got to laugh. Totspur, what's that? We don't know. You're just embarrassing us in the Champions League, guys. You're going to take away our 5th place? At this rate, guys, they're going to take away the 5th place Champions League spot for England, for the Premier League, because of these bloody frauds. Because of these frauds, they're going to take away the 5th place that qualify for the Champions League, so we have to come 4th upwards. Absolute frauds. Absolute frauds, an embarrassment to the Premier League. Honest to God, I could have told you about Tottenham a long time ago, of course, guys. Absolutely. Big up, big up, big up, everyone. Of course, this Arsenal team is looking unstoppable. Some of them need to be humble them. I agree, Ryan. I said that earlier on today. Someone, for crying out loud, please humble Arsenal. Please. Please, because they're sitting there like this, like a Buddha. Right there like this. Oh, we're the best team in the world. Oh, we're the best team in the world. You're not won nothing yet. Calm your tits. We're not won anything yet. Just relax. At the end of the day, come on, Chelsea. Please, Chelsea. Chelsea, if you do one thing for us, Man United fans, humble them. Humble them. Give them a dose of humble pie, guys. Please. Can you do that for me? Can you please do that for me? Please. Because at the end of the day, I'm tired of them. I'm tired of them. I want them to crumble like an apple crumble from Waitrose, guys, with the Madagascar custard. Absolutely, guys. That's what I want them to crumble. I want them to get out of here. I can't stand Arsenal, guys. I'll be honest with you, guys. I can't stand them. You know what I mean? I can't. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, guys. I can't stand them. I can't stand them. I can't stand Arsenal, and I want them to be humbled. I believe that they will be humbled soon. Don't worry about that. I have to believe, and we have to believe that they will eventually be humbled. They will have a bit of their humble pie, guys, because that is what they are all about, of course, guys. Absolutely. That is what they are all about, guys. Us Man United fans, we're struggling. We got the Glazers in charge, of course.
Morning, lads. Just on my way to burn Old Trafford down and get them Yank bastards out, you gets me. Job done, lads. They will never take me alive.
Got away, lads. That was some motherfucking running by me, you gets me. Anyway, fuck the Glazers.
Yes, that's what it's all about, guys. F the Glazers. Absolutely.
Don't underestimate Manchester United.
Well, do not underestimate us, guys. Do not underestimate us. Absolutely. I wish I could bring that on stream sometimes. I really do. But guys, yes, do not underestimate Man United. Well, lots of people are writing us off against Crystal Palace. Of course they are. Of course they're going to write us off against Crystal Palace. Of course they are. Because you know what? Evidence suggests that we're going to lose that game and we're not going to win that game. But one thing that has surprised me over the last few months and years, to be honest with you, is the fact that Man United can somehow get up for certain games, but can't get up for like the Everton with 10 men sort of thing. They can go to the Emirates and they can defeat Arsenal with 10 men, but they can't beat Everton at home against 10 men. This is Manchester United all wrapped up in a bun. This is what we're all about. And this is the problem with Man United. So don't be surprised, guys. Don't think it's in the realms of impossibility. I sat here before that Liverpool game and everyone was telling me we're going to lose to Liverpool. Every single one. I was the only one saying we're not going to lose to Liverpool. And what happened? We beat Liverpool at Anfield. And I believe it was that defeat right there that totally dismantled Liverpool's season. I think it was Man United's fault that Liverpool are struggling right now. They need to look at me in the eye and tell me otherwise, because at the end of the day, I believe it was Manchester United who destroyed Liverpool's season, guys. Absolutely. And I'm all here for it. I'm all here for it, guys. I'm absolutely here for it. I know you Liverpool fans, that won't make you happy. I know.
This is what fucking happens when you've no accountability, you cowardly little fraud!
You cowardly little frauds. That's what you are, guys. I love it. I'm loving it, like MC Neat said. Absolutely, guys. Loving these cowardly little frauds. Big up, Mark. What's going on, my friend? Glazers out, my guy. Big up. I hope you're well, bro. Looking forward to a long weekend coming up. Big up, my bro. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Big up yourself. Let me just respond to this. Big up yourself, everyone. Let me just respond to this. Is the wife? Aki, my Aki, what's going on, brother? Big up, Mark. Sal, Chelsea need to humble them, the worst fan base in the Premier League. We need to humble Arsenal. I'm telling you right now, guys. The fan base need to be humbled of Arsenal. We need to. I've seen Lee Gunner happy. I've seen Lee Gunner happy. I've seen Lee Gunner happy. That cannot happen. That cannot happen. Seeing Lee Gunner happy. What's the equivalent of seeing Lee Gunner happy? Guys, I'm going to pose you this question. What is the equivalent of seeing Lee Gunner happy? What is this equivalent? Compare Lee Gunner happy to something that is similar. I want to know. Big up, Aki. Big up, my friend Mark. What's going on? 90 in a room, only 19 likes. Hit that like button, guys. 50 likes need to come on Breaking Dawn. Break the barriers. Come on, guys. Let's break the barriers to challenge the powers that be, because that is what it's all about, guys. Absolutely. Come on, Akis. Let's do this, guys. Absolutely. We're here for the long haul, not the short haul, guys. Man United will be back. Man United will rise to the top again. I'm going to bring that positivity back, guys. We need to go on another run. Maybe, just maybe, we might actually stick to it this time and stick to the plan, guys. But one thing I want to talk about, because I know that there's a lot of negativity around the fan base at the moment, and I don't want to bring in too much negativity, but obviously I was watching, I was flicking through channels. I flick through channels in the morning. I look at all the content creators. I look at all the medias and stuff and see what they're saying about the games, catching up with the games, catching up with the goals and stuff like that, and looking around. And you know what? One thing that highlighted for me is that the people that are causing banter on Man United, we're banter anyway, guys. After that defeat of the weekend, we're always going to be a little bit of banter. But when they're bringing up United Strand and think that he's just rubbing salt into the wound and it's making it even more banterish, we're becoming even more funnier. And this is where I get a little bit disgruntled by these people, you know, because at the end of the day, they're making money out of Man United's downfall, and I don't like that. And this is a fact at the end of the day. Don't give me that charity business. Some will go to charity, majority will go to him. Right. So at the end of the day, look, you know, I just feel like we got to stop bantering ourselves. We got to defend Manchester United with chest, because every single one is laughing at us at the moment. Lee Gunner, Lee Cotton. You know Lee Cotton with the yellow PlayStation, you're selling cash converters. You know the yellow PlayStations? It's gone yellow because he smoked so much. It's gone yellow. His PlayStation's gone yellow. I see his yellow PlayStation in cash converters. That is what Lee Cotton is, right? He's laughing at Man United. Lee Cotton is laughing at Man United. My goodness. That cannot happen, guys. That is not allowed in this establishment. It's not allowed, guys. That cannot happen. Now we have to stop this. Cut it from the source, guys. Arsenal, listen. Chelsea coming up at the weekend, guys. We need Chelsea to do something. We need Chelsea to win something, guys, to win that game. Please, Chelsea, do everyone a favor. Listen, do us a favor, Chelsea. Please, I beg you. I beg you, Chelsea. Win against Arsenal. Arsenal need to be humbled, guys. They need to be humbled. I'm telling you right now, I know there's a lot of people who want to live up Arsenal's backside, of course, because they get clicks and likes, and they've got lots of noisy fans who love engagement. They love to talk, Arsenal fans. They do, don't they? And that's why people love talking about Arsenal, love blowing smoke up Arsenal's backside. You know what? You can win an Arsenal fan over so easily. All you need to do to an Arsenal fan is stroke their ego, because that is what they are. They're an egotistical fan base. They talk about Man United like we're egotistical. We are nowhere near as egotistical as Arsenal fans. When we were winning things, I was never smug. I was never arrogant. Never was I arrogant once. Not once was I arrogant. Not once did I say we won the treble. Look at us, man. You know what? I had one compliment from an Arsenal fan in my entire life. One compliment through all that success that we've had. All that success that Man United had, I've had one compliment from an Arsenal fan. One. In 40 years, one compliment. One compliment. And you know what that was? It was my next door neighbor. He opened the window at the top and he said, "Hey, Sal." I said, "You all right, bruv?" I said, yeah, you're right. Yeah, I said, yeah, right. We just went. I just arrived back from Barcelona. I went to the treble. I arrived back from Barcelona. I said, you're right, bruv. Yeah, just got back. You know? And he goes, oh, I just want to say Man United are a great team. Man United are a fantastic team. And I remember it to this day. To this day, I remember what he said. And I remember it like because I was like almost passed out, almost had a stroke. I was like, my goodness me. A compliment from an Arsenal fan. I'll be skipping down the road. Hello, good morning. An Arsenal fan just complimented me. Mwah, I'm so happy. And that is what happened, guys. And this is what I'm talking about. This is why I do not blow smoke up Arsenal's backside. I will give compliments where compliments is due. Arsenal are a very solid, good team. Not the best Arsenal team I've ever seen, by the way, mind you. It's not the best Arsenal team I've ever seen, but they are a good team, and they're getting results, and they are consistent. And I think that is what the most important thing is, guys, with them. And fair play to them. Fair play to them. Fair play to Arsenal Football Club for the way they've done things. They're not run by the Glazers. They didn't get a loan out on a club, and the loan was paid off with the profits that Manchester United made. That's one thing, of course, guys. How you doing, Mars? How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Good to see you. So, is that the Van Dijk who wanted Rooney to apologise or defending? Guys, I don't want to hear any comparisons with Jaap Stam or Rio Ferdinand or Nemanja Vidic with Van Dijk. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Goodness me. If he was LeBron James, he'd be proud of that little dunk he did there, slam dunk. Guys, listen. I don't want to hear the comparisons anymore. There is no comparison between Van Dijk and Jaap Stam, Nemanja Vidic, and Rio Ferdinand. We have better defenders in 1994 than Arsenal than Liverpool have now. Gary Patterson, Steve Bruce are better than Van Dijk, guys. We have to admit it now. Come on, guys. You cannot lace Rio Ferdinand's boots. You cannot lace Nemanja Vidic's boots. Player of the season twice. You cannot do it now. It's been confirmed. Stevie Wonder, signed, sealed, delivered. It's been yours. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, that is the information I'm going to give you right now. Because you know what? Rio Ferdinand, Nemanja Vidic, Jaap Stam, Ronnie Johnson, all better than that bloody fraud, of course. Big up Mars. Arsenal have no heritage. Arsenal, the way they act is like they've just won the quadruple. I'm being real, guys. The way Arsenal are going on right now is like they've won the bloody quadruple. It's like you know what? They've done it already. It's November, guys. It's still November. And they're talking like they've just won the quadruple. Guys, humble pie. Please, I need to see some Arsenal humble pie. I beg you, Chelsea. Please, Chelsea, show Arsenal some humbleness. Teach them some humbleness. If you're going to challenge for that league, Chelsea, if you believe you're challenging for that league, Chelsea, show us that you can do it. Show us you can defeat Arsenal for the first time in God knows how long. You know, because at the end of the day, they're walking around Chelsea saying, well, they haven't defeated us in about 8 years at Stamford Bridge, so it doesn't really matter, does it? You know, listen, guys, they need to show them some humble pie, guys. I really hope that Arsenal lose that game. I really hope so. Absolutely, guys. Because you know what? We've had a good 24 hours, guys.
This is what fucking happens when you've no accountability, you cowardly little fraud.
About Chelsea, the fans struggle with this.
But I have never seen, by the way, in Chelsea.
Man United fans need to understand your club is irrelevant. Wallahi. Like,
Pump the jam, pump it up. Come on, guys, let's get this going, guys. Let's get it going. Let's get it going.
Underestimate Manchester United.
Remember that. Don't underestimate Manchester United. Do not underestimate the Manchester United. Okay, big up. Absolutely, guys, absolutely. Ephraim, they say they are bigger Arsenal. They are reached the one Champions League final. Well, they reached, one. Yeah, they have 2006. It's been a long time, guys. It's been a long time. Look, they haven't won the Champions League. And God long, please, Allah, please do not make them win the Champions League. If Arsenal win the Champions League, oh my God, guys, you are not going to hear the last of it. Oh my God. You will not hear the last of it, Aki. My goodness me, guys, you will not hear the last of it if it happened. You would not hear it. There would be Netflix series about it. You would see Arteta with the light bulb. You would see the dog. You would see everything. You would be there, and there would be bloody Netflix, Jonathan Ross show. There'll be everything, guys. Bloody hell, they'll be talking about it. You'll see Arteta on Saturday Night Live. I'm Arteta, and this is a Saturday Night Live. Oh, God, can you imagine it? Oh, God, Lego head. Fucking hell. I mean, I can't take it, guys. What is your opinion on how highly they tout that little Kinder Egg Invincible Trophy? I don't rate it at all. No, look, let me be real with you, Mars. Let me be real with you. That Kinder Egg Trophy, what they drew, how many games did they draw? Half their games? Come on, guys. Come on. Listen, guys, let me tell you about that Invincible season. They drew half their games, all right? And they should have lost the games. Obviously, Ruud van Nistelrooy missed that silly penalty. We should have won that one, of course, guys. He missed the penalty and stuff like that. But what I say about that was a great Arsenal team, right? And that was better than this Arsenal team. I'll tell you that right now. And all those little kids screaming at Arsenal about that don't understand how good the Arsenal team. It was good. But Man United beat them in the FA Cup. Chelsea beat them in the Champions League. So how can they talk about invincible? No, this is Thai. Invisible. Your trophy cabinet. That's what it is, because you had nothing in the last few years, my son. Where is your trophies? Eric Ten Hag has won more than Arteta, mate. If you do not win anything this season, I'm telling you, wallahi, I'm telling you, guys, I swear to God, I tell you, listen, guys, I will tell you right now, if you do not win anything this season, I am telling you right now, you are going to be cooked. You are going to be jacket potatoed. You are going to be Mama Secret the recipe cooked, guys. I'm telling you right now, honest to God, if you do not win a trophy this season, you better watch out, Sal's about, because I'm going to be there, guys. I'm going to be hijacking all the streams. I'm going to be there creeping in your DMs, guys. I'm going to be slipping in your bloody DMs. If you do not win anything this season, I'm telling you right now, you better watch out. You better watch out. You better ensure that you win something, guys. You better ensure that you win something serious, guys, because at the end of the day, I'm not talking about FA Cup. I'm not talking about the League Cup. I'm talking about the Premier League. I'm talking about the Champions League. You better do it, guys, because if you don't, I'm telling you. Big up Mars, by the way. Ty is going to lose his mind. Ty will have a bloody stroke. Honest to God, if Arsenal win the league, my goodness me, Ty touts winning the double 50 years before United. Ty talks about 1927, guys. Ty talks about 1927. The difference between Ty and me is that I know the history of Arsenal, right? When they say, oh, well, Man United got relegated in 1974. So did Arsenal in the 1920s. We can go far back as well, you know. This is what we're talking about, guys. Invisible. He's still going on about that, guys. Before Arsenal won the double in 1998, right? Let me tell you something right now. Before they won the 1994 Cup Winners' Cup, which doesn't exist anymore, let me tell you right now, they were talking about 1970s. They were talking about the double. You know what I mean? They were talking about that. At the end of the day, guys, and and they went on and on about if Arsenal win the league, guys. If Arsenal win the league, listen, guys, I'm telling you right now. If Arsenal win the league, you might as well pack up, book that all-inclusive holiday, and get the hell out of here. I don't know where you're going to go. Go to some secret resort, guys, because at the end of the day, you're going to see Arsenal creeping up everywhere. Everywhere. I'm going to be invited on streams. I'm going to be sitting there, gritting my teeth, you know what I mean? Sour lemons and all that. Goodness me, it will be awful. So, guys, listen, Chelsea. Let me just give you a message, Chelsea. If you are a serious team, Chelsea, if you're a serious team, you make sure you do not lose to Arsenal. Listen to me. Don't lose to Arsenal. You do not lose to Arsenal. This is prove to me. Prove to me that you can do it. Prove to me, Chelsea, that you can win it. They've won 3 leagues in 30 years, Arsenal. I know, bruv. But you know what's going to happen, bro. The thing is, what's going to happen? Let me tell you something, what's going to happen. They're going to say, oh, that's the past, isn't it? That's the past. Well, that's the past. No, we don't want to talk about the past. We don't want to talk about, we don't want to talk about the past. We want to talk about the present. And we want to talk about the present. We don't want to talk about the past. That's what they're going to do. They're just going to irritate you. And they have a point. But we can play that game as well. 3 titles in 30 years. Liverpool have nothing to talk about. Bloody hell. You know what I mean? Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, you know, I've flipping won more turtle titles than them in 30 years. For goodness sake. Big up, my friend. What's going on? How you doing? But how are you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well, bro. A lot of people are talking about Amram tactics. For me, except for a few players, the most players should leave the club. I agree with you, my brother. I agree with you, Aki. I agree with you. I agree with you 130,000%, my guy. People are too easy. It's too simplistic. It's too simple-minded to just attack the manager. We need to also look at some of those players, my guy. We do. And obviously, a lot of those players need to go. There's obviously talk about another overhaul at Man United. What another? What another? There's not been one yet. I ain't seen one overhaul at Man United yet. We got players on loan. That's all we've got. We haven't done no overhaul yet. I don't know what the hell they're talking about. You know what I mean? Big up. A good comment, my friend. They got lucky in the opener. Guys, they got lucky in the opener. They've been lucky a couple of times. They were lucky against Newcastle United. They were lucky. I don't rate them as highly as people. Let others blow smoke up their backside. In 5 years, I haven't been wrong. In 5 years, I haven't been wrong about them. Let's hope that I'm not wrong again, guys. Let's hope so. Absolute chokers. Absolutely. Arsenal chokers. Absolutely. Sal, Thierry Henry, the greatest player of all time, said they're the Premier League. How did they not get them Champions League? Win the Champions League? You are nothing until you won the Champions League. And not only winning the Champions League, you've got to win it more than once. You've got to win it. No one cares if PSG won it once. You've got to win it again and again and again to solidify. We got three. We got three, right? You to solidify the Champions League, you've got to win it more than once. That is how you confirm yourself as heritage, guys. That is heritage. That is what I'm talking about, heritage, guys. Absolutely. And if they're going to win that. They've won. How long have Arsenal been around? They're one of the oldest clubs in England, right? They're one of the oldest clubs in England. And Chelsea have more Champions League titles than them. 2 more. Nottingham Forest have more Champions Leagues than them. Aston Villa have more champions than them. So just listen, pipe down, pipe down, pipe down. You know what I mean? Just pipe down at the end of the day, guys. It is crazy. But we have to, obviously, pedigree. Big up, Mars. Look, you know, what I would say is that, look, I'm going to be real now. Banter aside, guys. Banter aside. Arsenal are a good football team. They're a good football team. Not the best Arsenal team I've ever seen. Far from it. But they're the best of a bad bunch. The Premier League is weak. The Premier League is weak. You can see that from Man City. You can see that from Tottenham, right, last night. You can see that from Liverpool last night. The Premier League is the weakest it's ever been, guys. Let me tell you that right now. It's the weakest it's ever been. No surprise that Arsenal may be going to win the league because the Premier League is the weakest it's ever been. Of course it is. It's the weakest it's ever been. I don't want to hear anything about, oh, this is one of the strongest Premier Leagues of all time. In what world? People forget that I've seen all the Premier League campaigns. I've seen 13 titles, guys. 13. In your lifetime, you will not see 13 titles. I've seen 13 at the end of the day, guys. The amount of trophies I've seen, I think I have a legitimate opinion about what the Premier League is. You know, so I think it's the weakest it's ever been. I'll be real with you. And that was evident yesterday during the Champions League. You can see the weaknesses in those teams, guys. You really could. Absolutely, guys. Absolutely. And not least, Liverpool. Not least, Liverpool.
This is what fucking happens when you've no accountability, you cowardly little fraud.
Just a cowardly little fraud. You know, that is what I would be telling Arsenal fans if they do not win the league at the end of the season. You cowardly little fraud. Please withdraw your sword, you cowardly little fraud. Absolutely, guys. Look, you know what I would say, guys? It's funny. Life is funny. Football, you know what? Life comes at you fast, guys. Life comes at you fast. You have to be humble in this life because life comes at you fast. Right? It does. And football can change in a month. You could be up there, then you'll be down there, let alone Man United. I mean, one game we lose, Man United lose one game, and then God forbid, guys, you know. Big up, Tyro. How you doing, my friend? Hope you're doing well. Gunner in the house. Big up yourself. Congratulations on the result yesterday. Big up, Christian. Morning, Sal. We have no excuse for that beating Palace. They have enough time to prepare with Palace playing away tonight. Absolutely, my friend. Big up, Lawrence. How you doing, my friend? Morning, all. Arsenal, the best team in the world. Give me a break. Chelsea won the club world champs anyway. What, the world champions of friendlies? I'd be realistic, guys. How can you talk about the world championship, right? when Barcelona and Liverpool weren't in it. I don't even like Liverpool, guys. When Barcelona and Liverpool weren't even in it. They weren't even in it. You know what I mean? At the end of the day. And look, guys, look, what I would say is this, guys. What I'm going to say is this, right? I'm going to be totally frank with you guys. I'm going to be totally Frank Butcher with you guys. At the end of the day, guys, Chelsea win things. And they evidently won things. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day. And that World Cup championship should have been a championship full of teams with heritage. Though, I would say that. It should have been Man United. It should have been Liverpool. It should have been Barcelona. It should have been that. It should have been teams with a historical heritage. That is what it should have been. You know, I'll be totally real with you guys. It should have been a team with historical heritage. Estivard United, possible. Don't think so, my guy. What, you mean the Chelsea one? I don't think that's ever going to happen, my friend. Absolutely not. Bear me a second, guys. Bear me a second. You cowardly little frauds, you lot. You cowardly little frauds. Look, Man United need to scout. Obviously, I've been speaking earlier on. Just to double clarify, guys. Man United have 7 players on their wish list. Adam Wharton, Elliot Anderson, Carlos Baleba, Conor Gallagher, Andrea Wolves, Angelo Stiller, and Joao Gomez are the 7 players that Man United are interested in right now to sign. Maybe some in January, some in the summer. Now, when we're looking at Adam Wharton, we're looking at Elliot Anderson, we're looking at Carlos Baleba, Angelo Stiller, those players will unlikely be coming to Man United in January. When you're looking at Conor Gallagher, Andre, and Joao Gomez, those players will be likely to come in January. The ones that are before that will come in the summer, hopefully. But Man United will only be signing a couple of midfielders. That is just to double clarify. Man United would only be signing a couple of midfielders, guys. It will only be 2 midfielders that they will be bringing in, guys. Absolutely. Bro, do you think we have any midfielder in June? Because I have tired of these midfielders. Man United obviously have the Colombian Orozco, isn't it? Coming in January, in June, I believe on June the 16th. I believe that's when his birthday is, if I'm not right. It's either June or July, but he'd be coming then. So we got him coming in. How ready he is, it is still up in the air, of course. We don't really know how ready he is for the Premier League. What we've seen from highlights is that he's a very good player, very talented player. But when you're looking at Man United at the moment, you're looking at that Bagel FC of Man United, you're looking at Man United are very, very weak in that department. We're very weak in that department, to be honest with you. And to be honest, I feel like we just need to rebuild the whole team. The whole squad needs rebuilding, guys. I don't even care about Maguire, about Luke Shaw, about Casemiro, about Dalot, about Mount, I don't care about these players anymore. I'm done with them. I don't trust them anymore. I'm finished with them. Sayonara, Tara. I'm done with them. It's over. When Man United need a proper rebuild, that's what we need. We can't keep kicking this down the road. We can't keep kicking that football down the road. We need to start building a new team. And if we keep keeping players, Luke Shaw, players like that, who've been there since the Louis van Gaal days, for crying out loud, how are we supposed to progress? How are we supposed to get better? How is any manager supposed to succeed when we've got players that have serially, criminally underachieved over the last 12 years? How on earth can we possibly progress? How on earth can we possibly get better if we keep replaying the same old story, the same old song over and over again with the same players, the same old cliches, the same old promises before the season? What did Luke Shaw say at the beginning of the season? Well, you know what? This team is good enough to win the league. Show it then, mate. Show it then. Stop talking about it. Show it. I'm tired. I'm tired of these promises, these broken promises again and again and again. It's like a dodgy relationship. It's like you're in a dodgy relationship and all the woman does or the man does is cheat on you and deceive you and lie to you. And you keep forgiving. And they keep doing the same thing. Fool me once, fool me twice. It's not going to happen again. I'm done with these players. I don't care if they go on a 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 match winning run or undefeated run. I don't think they're capable of winning runs. I'm tired of them. I don't trust them anymore. I'm done with them. It's over. With me and those players, it's over. Because at the end of the day, we know that they've down-tooled. Just like I know that the Liverpool players have down-tooled for Arne Slot. They've down-tooled. Let's not go there because we've been there with Man United. We know when players down tool. We're very used to seeing players down tool at Manchester United in recent years. So the players of Liverpool have down tooled. You don't become champions, and then the next season you can't even win the game for love nor money. It doesn't matter if a couple of players are not playing for you anymore. They're down tooled. The manager. They've thrown the manager under the bus. Well, I guess that's what happens when you go to Ibiza as a DJ before the season's ended, which is a little bit disrespectful in my opinion. Lawrence, someone said that Alex Ferguson signed Shaw in 2013. Bless Luke, has been Mr. Manchester United since then, says it all. Man United were interested in Luke Shaw about 2012, before Alex Ferguson left, but we didn't do the deal. It was overpriced. We didn't do the deal. Louis van Gaal signed Luke Shaw many, many years ago. And obviously, when Luke Shaw came into the football club, he was deemed one of the best prospects at left back in the world. Unfortunately, against PSV, he had suffered a horrific injury, which put him out for a year, right? It's been a long time since then. I understand his injury record, but it's been a long time since then. What my biggest bone with Luke Shaw is that how comes every time there's a World Cup or European Championship around the corner, he seems to find a new lease of life. He seems to find a way to get fit again. How comes? Where does this come from? And then you obviously think about to yourself, well, maybe he's manipulating. Maybe he's lying. Now, we heard the story about the physiotherapist where Luke Shaw would go into physiotherapy, but he would turn up late for physiotherapy. Right? And to sort of bribe the physiotherapist, he would buy him or her a bottle of champagne, hush champagne bottle, right? Hush champagne bottle. So do I trust Luke Shaw? I absolutely don't trust Luke Shaw. The same as I don't trust Marcus Rashford. The same as I don't trust Jadon Sancho. The same as I don't trust Anthony. I don't trust any of those players who've been there for a number of years, who sacked a number of managers. I'm done with it. Big up, Lawrence. But hey, even if we get midfielders by right now, even in the summer, we will have wingers and others the two. Otherwise, not good enough. Man United, my bro. Man United need a overhaul. They need an overhaul. They don't need a 40% window like we got this window, right? They need a 100% plus window. 100% plus window in the summer. They need an absolutely fantastic this January, guys. And then they need a fantastic 100% window in the summer. Because otherwise, we will be here the same. Whether it is Ruben Amorim or it's someone else, we will be here with the same old thing. The same old story. You can't change the spots on a leopard and all that malarkey. You know, we will be here, guys, for the same old nonsense. That is what it is. So what we need a proper rebuild, a proper overhaul. That is what Manchester United need, because at the moment, I'm not seeing a overhaul. I'm not seeing a proper commitment in regards to what goes on the pitch. I'm hearing a lot of talk. Well, at the end of the day, you know, we have to think about the finances. If we go bankrupt in December, you know, I mean, there's no way back from that. Well, at the end of the day, we got a ChatGPT stadium. At the end of the day, yeah, of course we have. You know what I mean? Running to the wrong destination. Your own quotes, Jim Ratcliffe. Running to the wrong destination. Let's build a stadium before we have a bloody good football team. That's a recipe for disaster. That's a recipe for disaster, because we won't be used to playing in that stadium. At least we're used to playing at Old Trafford. It is true that the club won't take loans in January. It's the fiscal year, Lawrence. The fiscal year means that this year is the same as it was in the summer, right? So at the end of the day, Man United are not going to be putting more debt on the football club, especially in the fiscal year. And we also have to think about the FFP and the PSR situation as well. The FFP and PSR situation, which we love giving that excuse, don't we? We love the FFP and PSR. All FFP and PSR should be sponsored by Ineos, because they love an FFP and PSR excuse. They will not make any loans. They will not sign any big players in January. This is my prediction, Lawrence. They will not sign any big players in January. The most that they will sign is probably a João Gomez for about 40 million. Now, some people are saying that we still have the 50 plus 5 million for Baleba that we were going to spend on him. We spent a lot of that on Seny Lamens at the end of the transfer window. So we have some money left. But Man United, obviously, deals are not done in full anyway. Deals are done with installments. Man United are going to do deals in installments. There won't be no loan business. There won't be. Trust me on that one. Man United will do deals on an installment plan. And that's what we do. So we probably give, if we buy João Gomez, for example, we probably buy João Gomez for around 60 million because obviously the interest, and we'll give it 20 million there, 20 million there, and 20 million there. That's what most likely will happen. Man United not just going to go out there and splash 100 million on Elliot Anderson. It's not going to happen, guys. Unfortunately, as much as we wish we did, we're not going to do that. We're not owned by Qatar, unfortunately, and this is what Qatar obviously would have done. Speaking of Qatar, there was rumors that Qatar were prepared to purchase Kylian Mbappe if they took charge of the football club. How much you read into that, it's all up in the air, guys, but imagine Kylian Mbappe at Man United. There you go, guys. Apparently we're going to buy Kylian Mbappe. Obviously, as I've always known, as Liverpool know, it's not guaranteed success, of course, no matter who you buy. Ephraim, Sal, our owners will not give what the manager wants, how you judge him with that out, giving out what he wants. You can't judge him, mate. You can't. I've said it yesterday. I don't care. Look, I can only judge Ruben Amorim when he's been fully backed. That's the only way I can judge Ruben Amorim. I can't judge Ruben Amorim any other way. When he's been fully backed, that's the only way I can judge him. Because right now, if you're being judged 30, 40%, how can you judge Ruben Amorim? Because at the end of the day, you look at the team at the weekend. You look at the team, you got Dorgu, not his. You got De Ligt, not his. Euro, not his. Shaw, not his. Dalot, not his. Ahmad, not his. Bruno, not his. Casemiro, not his. Right? This is what we're talking about, guys. This is what we're talking about. So where is the backing? What is the backing here? Where is the backing? My friend, what about the Chelsea player or Gomez player, Esteval? The Chelsea player, Esteval, I don't think Man United are going to do it, to be honest with you. I don't think Chelsea are. And Chelsea probably overprice him as well. I know which player you're talking about. I don't think Man United are going to do it, to be honest with you. I haven't heard much about it at the moment, but I don't think Man United will go after any Chelsea players at the moment, guys. And also, I don't think Chelsea are going to sell them to us in January. What we have to be careful of, guys, is that signing players that other teams in the Premier League don't want. Right? There's a difference between a player who plays for Chelsea or a player who plays for Wolves. The Wolves player will be wanted by Wolves and they won't want to sell him. For example, Anderson and Elliot and Adam Wharton and things like that. However, the players that Chelsea want to sell to Man United, these are players, i.e. the likes of Mason Mount and Juan Mata and players like that, who they don't want. It's their leftovers. It's their pickings. It's the leftovers, guys. So I don't think Man United should be purchasing any players that Chelsea don't want, because we shouldn't be going after leftovers. How are we going to overtake Chelsea if we go after their has-beens or their leftovers, if the players that they don't want? And then we purchase them for a relatively significant amount of money, and then they reinvest that money on an Elliot Anderson in the summer. Imagine that, guys. You know what I mean? And we need to be very, very careful here. They've already got two very, very good midfielders, Enzo and Caicedo. They got two world-class midfielders. I will take Caicedo. I will take Enzo most likely, but I'm not going to take anyone else. Some of our fans, I get you, Ephraim, I get you. I know some of the fans are a bit fickle. Some of the fans, they're very, very reactionary. I know that. And they don't care about whether Ruben Amorim has been given a chance or not. What they do, they only look at results. They only analyze things from a perspective, from their own narrative. That's what it is. At the end of the day, if it doesn't fit their narrative, they don't care. They don't care about, he's got injuries, he's not been backed. They don't mention the Glazers. They never mention Ineos. They don't really care about Manchester United. All they care about are results, which are very, very important. The results are, of course they are. But that's all they care about. They don't care about why we're not getting results. What is happening at Man United? Where's the context in this? And things like that. Do you know what I mean? They don't look at that, unfortunately. They just look at purely from the fact it doesn't fit my narrative, so I don't believe that he's doing a good job. And I'll tell you what, guys, and I said it when Erik ten Hag was in charge, we will sack Ruben Amorim, but we'll be here in a year's time, guys. And the reason is because the fundamental problem at Man United will not be fixed. It's still there. It's like having a leaking drain. You could put sellotape on it, right? It's still going to break and the leak is still going to occur. It's still going to happen, guys. No matter what. This is what we're talking about. We have to be realistic, guys. But they're not realistic. You know, they are going based on the thing that a new manager is going to come in and a new manager is going miraculously going to turn Luke Shaw into prime Roberto Carlos. And then what's going to happen? Mason Mount is going to turn into prime Pirlo. And then what's going to happen? Casemiro is going to turn into prime Roy Keane. That's what's going to happen. This is how they think. This is how fickle they are. How crazy these guys are. You know, they don't understand it. You know? Is Gomez a sign in January? Will Gallagher be too expensive? I think what it is in regards to Gallagher, Conor Gallagher at the moment, it's a little bit difficult with Atletico Madrid at the moment. Atletico Madrid want a permanent deal. Atletico Madrid do want to sell Gallagher, but they want a permanent deal, which will be about 40 million. Man United want a loan deal for Gallagher. They don't want a permanent deal. In regards to Gomez, he is the most realistic for me. In regards to if I was to gun to head, someone said to me, who are Man United going to sign in January? I would say João Gomez, in my opinion. I think he will be the one that I would say, yeah, he's the guy who would sign him. No. He is not playing in Chelsea by right now. He is at Atletico in midfield. I forgot his name. You mean Conor Gallagher? You said Estefan earlier. You mean Conor Gallagher? Conor Gallagher on loan. That's what we've been talking about. Conor Gallagher on loan is one of the 7 players that Man United want. That's who you mean. The one who plays for Chelsea, who played for Chelsea in the past. Do you mean that? Yeah, we've been talking about him. Yes, we've been talking about him since the beginning of the show, my friend. Get up, keep up, brother, keep up. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, look, you know, because Man United are after another Chelsea midfielder. By the way, if you know Santos. You know Santos? You know Andre Santos? He's the one that Man United were linked with in regards to Chelsea midfielder. He's the only one that Man United have been linked with in regards to the midfield. Conor Gallagher is not a Chelsea player, he's an Atletico Madrid player, and he is linked to Man United on loan. Andre Santos is not linked to Man United right now. He's not one of the 7 players that Man United are after at the moment. He is on their radar. That's all I would say with it, you know? So, who's better, Andre or João Gomez? They're different players, mate. I would hesitant to say João Gomez, but you know what? I'll be happy with both of them because I'm not expecting anything in January, right? So if we sign Andre or we sign João Gomez, I think I'll be relatively content with that. I think I'll be relatively happy with that because at the end of the day, I'm going on the notion that we never do business in the January window. So if we do business in the January window, I think that would be great. It'd be great if Man United could bring a couple of players there, i.e. a player that can play on the right and a player that can play in the midfield. And then obviously we'll be a lot better place. Now, it's very important that the Crystal Palace game, it's a big education, this Crystal Palace game, because it's very, very interesting to see if Ruben Amorim picks the same lineup as he did against Everton. I personally believe he shouldn't. I personally believe that Mainoo should come in. I think that Bruno should move up into the number 10 position. Ahmed's not a number 10. Ahmed should move back into the right wing back position. That is what should happen at the weekend, in my opinion. We should not be picking the same team. If he picks the same team, then we all know that he doesn't really care. He's just stubborn. You know, so we these players that played at the weekend need to be punished. They need to be punished for the crimes that they did to Manchester United at the weekend, which is losing with 10 men Everton. I mean, I never thought in my life I would see Man United lose to Everton at Old Trafford, let alone lose to Everton for the first time since 1992 against 10 men. I would have been upset, guys. I would have been disgruntled if Man United won 1-0. If Man United won 2-0, I would have said, and I hate to sound spoiled and all that, but I would have said, well, we should have won by more goals. We should have won by more goals. But we lost. So those players need to take accountability. Some of those players need to be dropped. They need to be dropped. They can't play anymore. They've proven themselves to us. You know, and it needs to be changed. The whole structure of that team needs to be changed. Mainoo needs to move into that midfield. Bruno moving into the number 10. Put Ahmed on the right. Will be a lot more balanced. A much, much, much more balanced side. Trust me. Trust me. Casemiro needs to pick it up. His performance was poor. He's slow. He's sluggish. That's the thing with Casemiro. You can't keep Casemiro because Casemiro, his legs are gone, guys. Christopher Reeve FC. His legs are gone. We have to understand that, you know. And we have to start moving on from these players. We do have to start moving on from these players. even if you played Mainu in there and you brought Ugarte, just put in a bit of balance in there, a bit of pace, a bit of youthfulness in there, that would be better than what we have. Crystal Palace is always going to represent a very difficult game. But Crystal Palace, as people rightly pointed out, are playing in Europe today. So we should have an advantage over Crystal Palace. It is a midday kickoff in England, of course. So they won't have much recovery time in regards to today and regards to Sunday. So Man United should theoretically hold the advantage, right? But we said that against Tottenham, didn't we? We said that against Tottenham. And in the second half, Tottenham looked like they had more energy than us for some reason. Their fitness levels were higher than us. Lawrence, Cunha back to play number 9 on Sunday, probably, mate. And Bremer and Mount probably the number 10s. Then I think he'll start Dalot left wing back. Oh, for fuck's sake. But at least Ahmed will be back as right wing back. No more Mazrui then. I agree on Kobe. But what can we do, Lawrence? He's not going to do it. I know. Dalot at left back scares the life out of me. He came on at the weekend and he didn't do nothing. He made it worse. You know, he made it worse. I will keep Dalot Dorgu as a left back myself. He's better than Dalot as a left back. I know he's better than Dalot as a left back. I don't think he was that bad at the weekend. I don't think he was the problem. I think the problem was on the right. But yeah, look, Dalot is awful. I don't want to see Dalot in a Man United shirt ever again. Dalot is absolutely awful. I cannot see Dalot playing for Man United. I don't want him to play for Man United. We hope so. News will be coming out this week in regards to Cunha injury. Hopefully by tomorrow, Friday, news will be coming out in regards to Cunha's injury. Hopefully Cunha will be back. We need Cunha. And if anything was an education at the weekend, if there was an education to be had, it was the fact that Sesko and Cunha are important players for Manchester United. They are important players for Man United. For the balance of the side, they are important players for Manchester United. You know, if I see Dalot as a left wing back at the weekend against Crystal Palace with their high intensity football, goodness me, it's going to be emotional. It's going to be emotional, guys. It really is. Behail. For me, Amram is the right person who is deserved to coach in our club. I have no problem with him. What I want is I wish him all the best. Great comment, mate. I do as well. I think he's a good manager. I think he's hampered by the situation and the context of what's going on. Unfortunately, people don't want to read too much into that. And there are a certain bunch of people from a certain background who do the same thing every single time, which is sack the manager, get him out of my football club. Big up Van Activate, big up yourself, big up my legend. Yeah, they do that all the time, guys. Absolutely. And you know what? It's the same old rinse and repeat, isn't it? It's the same old rinse and repeat from the same people. They don't have a patience. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? That's why they don't have any fathers, because their father don't have any patience with the wife, or the wife doesn't have any patience with the father. That's why this is what they are at the end of the day, you know, and this is how it goes, you know? Look, I really hope he succeeds. But as we know in football, my guys and girls, football is a ruthless industry, and it is a dog eat dog. I'm not Ruben Amorim in, I'm not Ruben Amorim out, I'm Manchester United in, and I'm in the middle, and I'm looking at everything from a critical point of view, an objective point of view, a fair point of view as well, in regards to Ruben Amorim and in regards to people who doubt Ruben Amorim as well. Ruben Amorim's done a lot of things wrong, but he's also done a lot of things right. We are getting better, as I talk about the tally chart. We are getting better slowly, but surely things are getting slightly better. But we're nowhere near where we need to be. And I don't think the fan base, sections of the fan base, have the patience with Ruben Amorim, unfortunately. They don't have the patience with Ruben Amorim, unfortunately. But it is what it is, guys. It is what it is. And, you know, I won't be calling for the manager's head. I'm not going to do that, because I know there's context in regards to this game. There's levels to this game in regards to intelligence as well. And I know that there's a lot of things going on at this football club that, you know what, we are not in control of. But I wish him all the best, as you said. I wish him all the best, and I hope he succeeds, and I hope we beat Crystal Palace at the weekend and we move on from there. The overriding problem that I think about every single time is that I don't trust these players. These players will push your nan down the stairs behind her back. Mike Myers FC, Ted Bundy FC. That's what these players are. This is what it is, guys. You know? Ephraim, Sal, do you think Leon should give it a chance? I think he should have been given a chance at left back, yeah. I think he should have been given considering how inept our left back situation is at the moment. I think he should have been a chance. Just like I think Montato should have been given a chance at right wing back as well. You look at something, and sometimes, look, if what would buy Ruben Amorim more time, what would give him more affection from the fan base, is if he starts playing players that you're like, what? If he starts playing Aiden Heaven instead of Luke Shaw, if he brings in Diego Leon and he brings in Mantato, if he brings in Shea Lacey and he brings in these players and you think, wow, at least he's thinking about now, at least he's changed a little bit, at least he's thinking about the future, at least he's thinking about the Man United future. But when you still continue and persist with Luke Shaw, Harry Maguire, Diego Dalot, Mason Mount, Casemiro, what can we do? It's rinse and repeat. It's the same old nonsense. It's the same old story that we've seen time and time again. The same old record played over and over again. This is what it is. And if he really wants the fan base to be affectionate with him, to be more patient, I'm talking about a section of the fan base here, he's got to do something that's going to surprise us and shock us. Now, look, I'm looking at Crystal Palace. We can't really do that. We can't really go into Crystal Palace game and play Shea Lacey, play Mantato, play Diego Leon. Because as we know with Selhurst Park, even on the best day, Selhurst Park is a very, very difficult place to go. And we can't be going there. We have to go with a more experienced lineup. But when we play at Old Trafford against West Ham, we need to try something different. We need to try and start building again, building for the future. That's what Man United need to do. Start building for the future, guys. Absolutely. We can't mold rubbish players into players that we want them to be because they're never going to improve. You know? We're never going to improve. Trigger Kim, Sal, if you were told to choose between the relegation and the Glazers to sell our club, will you be okay with it or do you prefer just to remain in the Premier League with the Glazers, Ineos? Let me answer that question. If Man United were relegated, the Glazers won't leave, Trigger Kim. And I tell you why the Glazers won't leave, because they'll find other ways to make money, right? Whether that's putting a sponsorship on the shoes or the training ground or on the shirt, they'll make that money back. It doesn't really matter. They won't sell. Let me just clarify that, right? The Glazers, Man United being relegated, so the Glazers leave. They won't leave. They won't leave if Man United are relegated. What, they lose 20, 30 million? They'll make that back, don't worry. And you know how they make that back first? You know what the first thing they're going to do? They'll sell the best player. They sell the best players. So to answer your question, I think it's a dud question because at the end of the day, they won't leave anyway, even if we are relegated. And I know that categorically from knowing people at the football club. You know, they won't do that. It just won't happen. Lawrence, with our thin squad, AFCON and only one January signing, I think we'll only get Europa League, sadly. Ruben needs that at his minimum target. I agree, Lawrence. I hope so. I hope he does get that. I really do hope so. I really hope that he gets the Europa League. And look, you never know what happens, Lawrence. Let's not give up. Let's not throw in the towel here. We lost one game in 6. Let's not get overly giddy in regards to our feelings about the negativity, okay? Let's just see what happens. And we go from there, guys. Absolutely. We go from there. All right. Guys, behave. Bro, do you know why we've been changed coaches now? Time to change players. That's the main point for me. I get you, brother. I get you. I know. We can't keep changing the coach, bruv. I agree. LT, how you doing? Good morning. How you doing? Why do they forget that during the summer, we said we're going to struggle with this midfield. But now that games are on, we complain and Amorim out. Thank you so much, LT. Scroll back to the summer, guys. I would urge you to scroll back to the summer. Scroll back to the summer when I was talking about, I don't want you guys to complain. I don't want you guys to complain about midfield. Scroll back to that summer. Bear me a second, guys. Yeah, scroll back to that. Scroll back to that summer, guys. When because I said it, LT said it, we all said it. Don't complain in the big. He's done. The Ineos have done so well this window. They brought in Brumo and Sesko and Cunha and Lamens in the last minute. They done so well. I said they haven't fixed the midfield. They haven't fixed the wing backs, and here we are. Lo and behold, guys, we're right here, guys. At the end of the day, and we're going on like Anfield agenda right now.
This is what fucking happens when you've no accountability, you cowardly little fraud!
You cowardly little frauds, Ineos. You are a cowardly little fraud. That's what you are. That's what you are. That's what you are. Guys, it's been a great show. Thank you so much for joining me. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Guys, get those subscriptions up. Don't forget to smash a like as well. Let's get up to 50 likes, guys, if we can do that. Guys, Thank you, you legends. Really appreciate you all. I will see you later for Chatterbox, guys. Keep your notifications on as well. I will see you then. Have a great day. Have a great evening, great night, wherever you are in the world. I'm Sal Warner, and this is Breaking Dawn. See you soon. Peace.